Welcome back, here with another video. This time I'm going to rank the songs in the album Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones. One of the greatest albums of all time, one of the greatest rock albums of all time, one of my favorite albums of all time, one of the best Stones albums obviously. Came out in 1971. Now Sticky Fingers was the first Rolling Stones album to exclusively feature Mick Taylor on guitar. It was also the first Rolling Stones album to not feature Brian Jones at all. The last album before this was Let It Bleed. Brian Jones was on it, but he didn't play any guitar. I think he played the congos and on one song and another percussion instrument on one other song. And Mick Taylor was actually on it too. They brought him in and he just played slide guitar on 2 songs. The rest was all Keith Richards. But yeah, Let It Bleed, another great freaking album. Sticky Fingers, this is the first album to feature the famous lips and tongue logo. Get it right here tattooed on me. Love it. A lot of people think that references Mick Jagger's lips, but it doesn't. He had a say in the logo, and he kind of wanted it to pay a nod to some Hindus god, Kali, who had big lips and used to stick her tongue out. Yeah, I've got 2 of them. Might as well take the cellophane off. I got a remastered one. As my buddy Adam likes to say, one for rockin', one for stockin'. This one's for rockin'. It's got the jock in the front, the butt in the back. The cover's artwork was inspired by Andy Warhol. Oh, he designed it. And I got one of the original ones here that has the working zipper. I just wanted to have it. They don't make them anymore. Whatever. If you're a Motley Crue fan, you know that they did a play on this on their first album. It's actually right here. They just put a little 1981 leather and studs on it. But yeah, that's kind of a cool nod to the Rolling Stones. But yeah, the original one actually also came with this poster that I took out of here. It's barely intact, but it's got the whole band there holding the cover over their jocks or their butt or their feet. I'll probably fold this back up and put it in there. But yeah, there's the logo again. See what's inside. Hopefully there's a song listing. I took notes, but it'd be cool to have a song listing. Oh yeah, there's the logo again. And there's some dude's fucking banana. Well, I don't know. Alright, so not a bad song on here, but I'm going to start at the bottom. And I'm going to start with the song You Gotta Move. Now, it's an old blues cover. Tons of people have done it. I'm not sure who made it famous. I'm not even sure who wrote it. Tons of people have done it. I just recently found out that the song was controversial. I was like flipping through the interweb and I came across this article of the most controversial rock songs or something like that, racist or whatever they were. And You Gotta Move was on there. And I was like, what? How is that fucking offensive? And I read it, and whoever wrote it described the song as oral blackface, a term I have never heard in my life. Oral, A-U-R-A-L. Like, I don't even know what the fuck it means, but apparently it's offensive. Mick Jagger was trying too hard to sound like a black dude. I didn't even know how to wrap my head around that. I mean, I think if there was one rock band in the world that isn't racist, well, the least racist all-white rock band would have to be the Rolling Stones. I mean, they cut their teeth on all that old blues shit back in the day. When they first broke out, they were doing those blues covers. If it wasn't for the Rolling Stones, like half of those famous old blues artists would have just faded away. They brought them out in the forefront. They made people like Muddy Waters a worldwide name. Howlin' Wolf, all those guys. All these guys were broke and it piqued the world's interest in this fucking great music. And all those guys had kind of a resurgence, and I don't know, the Rolling Stones had a lot to do with that. Back in the day, they used to bring these guys out on tour with them. A lot of black artists, which today doesn't seem like a big deal, but in the 60s it was a big deal. They brought like Ike and Tina Turner out, B.B. King, fucking Chuck Berry, Muddy Waters, you name it, you know. There was a famous story. The Rolling Stones played the Shindig. It was like some old TV show that would have rock bands play on it. And the Rolling Stones refused to play. I think this was early on, maybe 1965, maybe a little earlier. They refused to play unless the show brought Howlin' Wolf on and let him perform before them. And he did, and it's so cool. That was like Howlin' Wolf's only TV appearance ever. And you can see while he's playing, Mick and Brian just sitting there watching him play and enjoying it. But yeah, and through their whole career, they've had, you know, black musicians in the band on stage. Now, you know, after Charlie died, they got a black drummer. Not that any of it matters. The only reason I'm bringing it all up is like, because someone called this fucking song racist. You know what I mean? You can orally lick my fucking asshole. Like, just shut the fuck up. People are always just looking for crap. You know, they paid tribute to You Gotta Move, and I think they just wanted it to sound like the original. They did a great cover of Lovin' in Vain from Robert Johnson, and you know what I mean? Just get over it. One of their tours, I don't know if it was a Black and Blue tour, but I think like Billy Preston came out every show and sang the song with them. He didn't think it was racist. Like, obviously it's not, but fucking people are offended by anything these days. Anyway, enough about that. I don't want to get too serious, but yeah, You Gotta Move at the bottom of the list, but still a great cover. Next I got the Blues, Rolling Stones original, good song. After that, we got Moonlight Mile, very cool, moody like song, kind of psychedelic, you know, mellow, great song to get high to. Whole album is really. Next up, we get Sway. Now this song, fucking incredible. Really features Mick Taylor on this one. It's got a nice slide solo in the middle. His whole outro lead is amazing. Awesome song. If you don't know any of these songs, listen to them. After that, we get Dead Flowers. I can't tell you how many bands I've seen in clubs that cover the song Dead Flowers. And I don't think anybody ever knows who really sang it originally. I don't think it's known as a huge Rolling Stones song, but tons of bands cover it. Kind of a country song. Keith Richards was a country guy. They were blues guys, country guys. I don't know, you might want to call this oral fucking redneck. I don't know, because Mick tries to kind of sound like a country guy, and he's definitely not a country guy from London. But yeah, Dead Flowers, great song, simple, cool little solo. Next up, we got Sister Morphine at number 5. What a dark, dark song about drugs. Again, another moody song. Just some dark lyrics. The Stones had tons of dark lyrics. I don't always hear what people are singing, and tons of Stone songs, I don't hear the lyrics. But yeah, Sister Morphine, if you don't know it, listen to it. Next up, at number 4, we got another racist song, Brown Sugar. Now this one just got straight up canceled last year or 2 years ago. I always thought this song was about black women having sex with black women or doing heroin. Brown Sugar, either way. I never really heard the lyrics. And when you do hear them, I mean, they are quite fucking jolting. Is that the word? You're like, whoa. I personally don't think they're racist. It's a lot of the lyrics are about some slave owner having sex with his slave. It sounds crazy, but they're not promoting it. I just think it's like a non-fictional story, and shit like that happened. I don't think they're making him out to be a hero. Either way, they stopped playing it live once it became a I don't know if it was a real controversy, but they're just like, hey, we got another fucking million other songs we can play. We don't need to play that song if it's going to offend people. Mick said he probably wouldn't write that song today, but, you know, back then he didn't really think anything of it. Again, they've always had black musicians on stage singing with them. I don't know if anybody said, hey, this song's kind of fucked up. Again, it's still a great song. It's got some great saxophone in it from Bobby Keys. If you don't know Bobby Keys, he played on all the 70s Stone shit, and the 80s shit, I think up till the 90s. He just died recently. He played with them forever and died. Plus, if you look him up on Wikipedia, he's been on so many other famous albums. This guy's incredible. They had a documentary on him on Amazon Prime. It's probably still out there. Watch it. It's crazy. The stories. Him and Keith partying, plus all the other bands he was part of. Just like a kind of an unknown name. I feel he's going to get forgotten about, but he had some major I mean, anybody that wanted sax on their album back then, they called Bobby Keys, and he was the man. Yeah. Wild Horses, number 3. So many memories from the song Wild Horses, playing at parties in high school and everything, you know what I mean? What can you say? Another like country influenced song. Just a beautiful song, beautiful lyrics. Wild Horses, you know, a bit overplayed, but doesn't make it a bad song. Number 2, Bitch. One of the coolest Stones riffs of all time, in my opinion. It's not a derogatory term against a woman. He's not calling anybody a bitch. So this song's not offensive. He's saying love is a bitch, you know. Because love can be a bitch. That's all I get to say. Oh, another Bobby Keys song too. He plays some sax on that. Really good. Up next, number 1. A song that I really didn't discover until later on. I don't want to say later on. Probably till the late 90s. Can You Hear Me Knocking? Or Can't You Hear Me Knocking? Another song with Bobby Keys with some great sax. But yeah, my first memory of this song, I was in the Navy. At one point, I was working in the supply department for some reason. And I was playing the cassette of Sticky Fingers. And it just got to the big jam part with the sax and all this. And this guy, MM1 Mitchell, George Mitchell. If you're out there, George, you're a cool motherfucker. Yeah, he was a cool guy. Liked to party. Just straight salt of the earth guy. Older black dude. But he came in during that part. And he was like, yeah, fucking Mick Jagger, the Rolling Stones. And he started dancing like, I think to the whole thing. Like James Brown, the feet. Just fucking that whole jam part. And that was my first time I really recognized the song. I was just getting to know the album as it was anyway. You know, I was in my young 20s. I was probably like 20 years old. But that memory always stuck in my head. I hope George Mitchell is out there and doing well. But yeah, that's my number 1 song. I think, you know, I never remember it getting played on the radio until the movie Blow came out. I can't remember when that came out. Long time ago, but I know there was a big scene with that song in there. But that's about it. Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. I do these videos, you know, I don't do it just to hear myself talk. I actually contemplated for a long time on doing them because I'm not someone that really likes to bring attention to myself. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Everybody's got these videos and no one gives a fuck what your opinion is. But I give a fuck what your opinion is. So if you have any favorite songs off this album, leave a comment below. If you want to rank the songs, do it. Other than that, go Pats. It's playoff weekend. They're playing tomorrow night. Tonight I'll be watching Matt Stafford. I really like him. I hope they win. I'd like to see another Rams-Pats Super Bowl so we could kick their ass for a 3rd time. But yeah, go Pats. Fuck the Bills. Sorry to offend anybody if you're a Bills fan. And I'll see you next time. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move, child. You got to move. When the Lord get ready, you gotta move.